Right, so the first thing we're going to do in order to make this armor really stand out, we are going to do edge highlighting. So we've done a nice dry brush around it, got a nice tone there, but what we want to do is just finish it off. So we will, it's a Bugman glow, and we'll mix the tiniest bit of Cadian flesh tone into it so that we get a nice soft highlight. I don't want to bring it in too hard. Start with a 3-to-1 mix and then see how you go from there. Okay, so here just got the extreme highlights nice and gently along the tops, the knees, give it a bit more highlighting potential, and like little corners on the rims or ridges of the armor, like so. See, it looks a lot better already. And it only took that little bit of highlighting to do it. Okay, now we're going to move on to the shoulders. So we did them with Rakoff flesh, then we did a recessed shade or AXL shade. Now we're going to do a couple of layers of the Shapti bone. We want to sort of glaze it a little bit because it's quite thin anyway, so we wouldn't be able to get a nice consistent and even coating just by slapping it on. So actually I think it's a little bit more so you want to glaze it, so it just means like you water it down enough that you could put some colour down on there, but at the same time it's not thick enough to leave like large clumps. Just go up to those recessed shade bits that you've done and then push the paint away, like so. That way you leave a residue and you sort of neaten up that recessed shade as well. You gotta act quick because if it starts drying before you finish doing that layer, then you will notice some patchiness. There you go, see? So wait for that to dry, do like, I'd say like 3 or 4 layers of that, and it should come out nice and consistent. Okay, so what you want to do So with the 50/50 padded witch flesh and Wondershare bone, is then do one final glazy coating over that, because it was going to be a little too off-white. There we go. Lovely. And of course, while I've got it, I'm going to do like the final pinpoint highlights on the parchment there for the overmoon. So at this point, all that needs to be done for the head is maybe a bit more shading and doing the eyes and the lens on that, and that could be called done. For the helmet, I just need to redo those eye lenses and highlight the metallic areas, and for the main body just need to highlight those metallic areas and the pouches and the grenades, and do some little scroll work on there. Maybe maybe I could do some freehand on there if I've got some time and space. And I'm gonna base this, so we need to paint this up, paint around without messing up the boots too much. Maybe do a little bit of weathering on the base of the boots as well. And I want the base to represent the worlds that the Blood Ravens are most known for. So the terrain is a lot more arid, so we'll be going for a sandy sort of theme. So let's get to it. So what I'll do for the base, I'll put down some astrogranite, and then when it dries I'll paint it up to look like sand. So, you know, with Steel Legion drab, dry brush with Wondershare bone. With scroll work, I'll be doing a 50/50 mix of Rhinox hide and Chaos Black. Where is it? Yeah, Rhinox hide and Chaos Black, because you don't want it too black. And I'll also be using that same mix just to fill in the eye gap as well, before painting in the pupil. And with regards to the eye lens on this, I'm going to go with this method rather than this quick method here. So I'll be layering up the greens. The gold areas was Retributor Gold, washed with Agrax Earthshade, and then I'm gonna use Liberator Gold to highlight. The silver areas were done with Lead Belcher, then shaded with Nuln Oil, and they will be highlighted with Stormhost Silver. I used Mournfang for the holster and the pouch, and then I did a Agrax Earthshade wash on that. So I'm going to highlight those pouches and holster with a 50/50 mix of Bane Brown and Mournfang Brown. White Scar, that's going to be for the pupils. Alright, and then for the lenses, Caliban Green, Warpstone Glow, and then go right into Flash Kits Yellow. So let's get cracking. First I'm going to do this so that it can dry while I do the rest of the model. So I didn't glue this down, it is removable. Poof, like so. Makes it a lot easier. So you can get a different coloured texture base paint like this, but if you haven't and you just got this to hand, then just use it, no harm in it. And even though it's got all that texture printed on it, the thing is, that's actually just really good for holding on to this texture paint. So scrape it into those little crannies and stuff. I'm not going to go all over the flat area because I can then just make that look more like sandstone. Okay, so now we can let that dry until later. Right, next bit I want to do, let's go for those gold details. Don't post that one. So the reason why I'm doing this little glaze is just to tie in the highlight that I'd done previously with the rest of the black underneath. So it's sort of like, it's like going back to do the layering but without actually having to layer. And this way the black and the highlight isn't too stark, and then I can go back and just highlight with some Eschen grey, do some spot highlighting with Dawnstone, and then all good for the knee. Still want to just glaze up a bit. Black and Rhinox hide. There we go. Do 50-50 of that. There we go. So on camera it almost looks black. In real life it's not that bad. 50-50 Rhinox hide and Abaddon black mix, and just carefully paint in the eyes. Don't want to overdo it because you don't want to blot out the actual eye itself, the eye lenses. That knee pad. Whoops. And you see that knee pad is dry. So what we're going to do is go up to Eschen grey. I'm just going to focus on the higher part of that. And up along there. Let's do the odd corners here and there. the lens on the face I'm going to make brighter than the lens on the helmet, because that's supposed to be switched off and hanging from the belt. But if you want to use this technique for the lenses on the helmet as well, then that's up to you. I'm just gonna mix a little bit this yellow in with the warpstone green. There we go, get more vibrant. There we have it. So a bit of stubble going on there. He's got his stern eye staring out. I'm happy to call that done. It's not heavy metal, but it will do. I'm going to put very weak Drucci violet just around the edge here. To make it look like it's sore and scarred. Around the lips, just give them some colour. That was it. One thing. Brown with a little bit of paint braid. Just put a little bit of Evil Suns. I'm going to have to use Scream the Pink to highlight it. This gives it a nice weird colour. Steel Legion drab. Mega Surf shade. Yellow. There you go. I'm going to go back over with a quick dry brush, Steel Legion drab. Alright, objective. Alright, so thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed that and you found that really useful and you know, really inspirational, and I hope that it helps you to decide on the approach on how you're going to paint as Blood Ravens. As always, please do like, share and subscribe. If you're interested in Conquest, check out Big Mac Dan Skull. His link is in the description below. And finally, my Patreon is up and running. So what I'm going to do is upload the full unabridged version of this. It's like 3 hours or more of footage, maybe even 4. I have to double check. But I go through all of the steps that I went through in this video in more depth, and it's in real time, and I go through all the processes of why I chose the colors that I did in more detail. So it's only $1 to join to support the channel, but it's $5, which isn't that much. It works out about the price of a coffee. And I'll start uploading videos just like that every month, including the unabridged battle reports as well, because there's quite a lot that I have to cut out. So yeah, please do subscribe to that. It would help the channel, help it grow, and it help me invest a bit more into it as well. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think in the description, in the comments below, sorry, and I'll see you in the next one.